things open up.
Understood. All right. To kind of fill you in on some of the Babylon things, warrants are out there. We apprehended 2 out of the 34. We're running it through an apprehension team so that we're not 40 cops to Babylonians that barely know how to do criming it.
Like yesterday. Not that we had 40 yesterday,
yes.
but the people we were after were very not well seasoned.
Yes. And honestly, we handled it well. Like, I was actually very impressed that everyone was very cognizant of numbers coming in.
Yeah, I think hard focusing a target and making sure that's what we stick to also is going to be key. As we might only catch 1 out of 3, but we're not going to lose all 3 if we do that.
Absolutely. The biggest deficit that we have right now is this is perfect timing. The biggest deficit that I found yesterday is, and this is something that I want everyone in the circle to be cognizant of, is that unbeknownst to y'all, right? Because I am constantly on the phone sending text messages, likely macroing things outside of not just the Babylonian case, but things on the back end. So I need everyone here is seasoned in the circle. And what I want everyone here to be acquainted with, and Vale is going to get y'all up to speed after this meeting commences, as to what exact steps need to be taken at the point of apprehension. There's a couple very specific things that need to be done. They're not complicated, but it is important that everybody know exactly what it is.
And at the observatory.
And after you read the document, I want you to hit the little ticker on the right-hand side. You know, the acknowledgement ticker? You know what I'm talking about? There's the little button that says...
I read this.
Yes,
that I read
exactly. This. Yep. So this is going to be really good because obviously after apprehension happens, there's a couple things that need to be done. Documentation, making sure that the proper people are identified, and boom, boom. So let me reiterate. Yesterday, we did amazing. The pacing, absolutely fantastic. One thing that was learned is everywhere that we were looking for a handful of hours, we did not even come across a single Babylonian, or so we thought. And it's very funny that it was 7 p.m., 6 hours into the tsunami after we had been doing this for hours, not coming across anything. That right as we said that, the fucking financial alert went off.
And by the way, for anyone that wasn't well aware of it right away, and it's the main thing that I noticed, that alert comes across and it's silent.
Okay.
So you'll see it on dispatch, but if you don't physically look and see it, it is not going to make a ping on your radio, like the noise, and you're not gonna be given that Pavlovian conditioning till you hear the little bing and then you look at your dispatch. You have to physically check it and it'll say
what is it? Suspicious activity? Is that what it is?
No, it's monitored account. Monitored account. It gives
okay.
the location of where they are in terms of the usage of where their account was used, and the person who used it yesterday. We got the name on that.
We got lucky yesterday. I happened to be literally a block away when it went off, thus allowing me to immediately get eyes on the suspect vehicle. And I was not going to play fuck games. We had enough RS to do a traffic stop because there is no visible other person around the area, right? To pull them over, ID them, get them out of the vehicle, and ID all of them. Now, what was produced by the driver was an ID that didn't match the vehicle. So I immediately asked, whose vehicle is this? He says David Summers. It was David Summers's. Now, before I was even able to call David Summers and confirm this. And I'm going to be honest, if he had confirmed it, we still could have continued to ID who is inside, all 3 individuals. Once again, because the monitored ATM went off.
Correct.
However, they ended up fleeing. Now, the first thing I will say is we learned that they're planning oxygen tanks. I want everyone here to have a oxygen tank at all times. Probably not on your person because it's going to weigh you down. But if you are someone who's going to get on a foot pursuit, be someone with an oxygen tank ready to throw it on if they start to get by the water side, right? Yeah. Let's not take any chances with that. The second thing that we learned is that ID, when we looked it up, and I did this yesterday evening, I thought about it initially when I wanted to talk to Brody, but then the whole, had a lawyer, telling him to, call did he want a lawyer was the dumbest thing I could have done. Let me be fully clear here. Anybody that has trained you, all right, anybody that has trained you to be the nice guy and offer an attorney is wrong. We're law enforcement. The moment we Mirandize somebody, that Miranda is enough to let them know what their rights are. And you do not need to invoke their right to an attorney and just get them one just to be the nice guy. All that does is complicate shit. We got to wait for a damn attorney. Attorney's going to come in. Attorney is not there for you to have a fun little interrogation session, right? The attorney is there to just spew a bunch of fucking bullshit. And I'd rather, quite frankly, if the person doesn't want to talk, they don't need to talk. You know what I mean? Anyone have a concern with that? Me saying that do not offer an attorney?
Well, we're offering the attorney by reading the Miranda rights. So you're saying don't reiterate it.
Don't reiterate it. That is correct.
Don't be a door salesman.
Exactly that. And I'm not
rights and go from there.
Exactly. This is not the attorney's moment. This ain't the DOJ's moment. This shit, your shit, and it's their shit. If they want a fucking attorney, let them ask for it, right? Otherwise, we're just burning fucking cycles unnecessarily. Now, with that having been said, I went and checked that ID. That ID belonged to someone that has no record, has no profile, has no record. And that is nothing short of odd. Why? These guys have been on the run for a very short period of time. For them to have procured an ID like this is something that should be highlighted. And upon the next arrest, we need to check for the same thing. There is a real possibility that they've had these IDs for some time. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. David Summers is likely aiding and abetting. Jong has already wrote a search warrant for the notebook that Brody had, as well as a subpoena for the phone he had. After that is processed, that is going to give us some vital information. But I made a mistake yesterday. I did not take their phone. It had not occurred to me until Jong mentioned it to me that we can keep their phone to get a subpoena and search warrant to look at their contacts list. This has to happen next time. Another key point that I'm pointing out here is that I am not perfect. I need you guys to also see what I am doing. If I'm missing something, let me know, because I might be 10 hours in and fucking cooked out of my mind, and so could your colleagues, right?
Yeah.
So look over each other when it comes to this. All right. That's all I got, Real fucking good work. We're going to get more arrests today. Remy, I know there was something that you wanted to bring up. I think? Question mark?
Just pause before we get to that.
Yep.
If you open up the warrants, which is 25866, you will see the steps that Knight was talking about that we've kind of set the boundary for. It's at cells, right? Down below. If you bring them up here, I'll also notate this, but it depends where we take them to interrogate them, whatever. But the steps are contact Blunt, notify him that the suspect will be sent up, a bail posting needs to be made. Like, this is just an explanation. He will already know once you notify him about the suspect. You inform the suspect that they'll be sent on a hold and the bail posting will be made within 24 hours, but will be denied. Then you hold them as per. And then, step 10, important one. Ping the DOJ and DOC in the PDDOC DOJ SASM email channel with the CID, the name that they're being sent on a hold. Now, if you take a look at that channel, you'll see that was done twice last night with the wrong number. It's not a massive deal. It's 25866 or 25688. I believe 25688 is the original raid, which is why it's confusing. But it's 25866. If you're in any doubt, it's in this warrant thing. That's where it is. It's 25866. Essentially, that's the process that we're going with. It kind of crosses the I's and dots the T's. A bail posting will be made. I believe Blunt is going to motion to add everyone to the Brody one so that it doesn't fill the fucking docket with like 30 different bail postings. Either way, they're going to be motion to be added and motion to be, it'll be denied. The only one that will actually potentially get bail, I believe, is CJ, because she wasn't at the raid. There may be one or two more. That's a question for investigators, I think. But
one alteration that needs to be made for this is start with the fingerprint to verify it is who they is, which then garners you the probable cause for the DNA test.
So yeah, we did that yesterday. We fingerprinted and then DNA'd both of them, just to double check, to be doubly sure.
In the event their fingerprint comes, like, you know, because keep in mind, at the time, these guys are all probably got fake names and shit based on what we came across yesterday. And so when we come across someone we are suspecting is a Babylonian, that fingerprint is key. If they are not committing a crime and we don't have a reason to bring them down here, then it's kind of ribbozo, right? And if we bring him down here, that fingerprint is the only way we can move to the DNA step. In fact, let's separate the DNA step from the fingerprint step and make it clear that if that fingerprint does not come back to one of these individuals, the rest of the steps below are entirely not applicable, just in case someone does a DNA test and it turns out to be another non-wanted Babylonian.
So
wait, say that again.
Let's say we ran into a different if that fingerprint does not come back to a wanted individual, then the steps below are no longer applicable, right? Because you can only move to the DNA step if they're on the warrant. Now, there are alternatives, but I don't want to explain those alternatives here, right? You can only DNA if they've done a violent crime. All these people in the warrant have done a violent crime. And so if you catch someone that, say, is a Babylonian and you fingerprint them, the only way you can move to the other step is through normal processing, right? I'll give you a hypothetical. Bjorn is the driver of a vehicle filled with other suspects that we believe are Babylonian. He starts driving off, dumping the vehicle in the water. We have to handle that situation completely differently. Does everyone raise your hand if you understand what I mean by that?
My understanding,
like aiding as opposed to people that directly involved with the court case.
Correct. The build up for the PC and the RS is so situational at that point, right? And a DNA test is not a definitive step. It depends on the circumstances, right?
Just so that I understand what you mean by, you mean the DNA is being used as a confirmation to the fingerprint, not something to combat,
correct,
to prove the fingerprint wrong.
We are legally able to fingerprint anyone that is in our custody. We are not legally able to DNA test everyone in our custody. If they have a warrant, we already have PC for a DNA test. If they don't have a warrant on this list, then we may or may not have it, right? Okay, easy. Anything
to phrase it another way, we are, if the fingerprint matches somebody who is on this warrant, we are DNA testing them to double check. Otherwise, it's processed as normal. If they've done a violent crime that would require a DNA test, do so. Essentially.
Yeah.
If not, don't.
But look, we everyone's in a circle here. I do not want anyone to kind of pussy out on putting their opinion on the table. If you see me, Vale, whatever, anyone in the circle, let's work together through these steps and not put it on one person's shoulder, because working together we'll get it right. You know what I mean? Best to stop someone in case we fuck something up. Anything else there, Vale? All right. Fuck yeah.
No, I'd like to draw up what Slow and Ironside experienced earlier on, because it reinforces what you said.
Okay. Go for it.
With regards to the IDs. Potentially. It's in the science of life.
Remy, you want to go ahead and Slow?
So the small on the situation we had was we had a vehicle registered to Reese Harper, which was known to Slow and I as someone that didn't have a license. We pulled it over. It ended up, the driver identified themselves as a individual that was flagged as being a Babylonian. The name was Villager, but they, of course, went on the list. And there was multiple other
Villager is
individuals in the
not a
vehicle that-
Babylonian, by the way.
Yeah, he
Well,
left
was
a
at
while
some
ago.
point.
He's
Yep.
left?
Yeah, he was, but he
Right.
left a while ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's got ties to the consortium.
Yeah.
Maybe
I wasn't completely
he-
sure, and he was still flagged up as it.
Understandable. Yeah. Just as a, I know this is a bit of a side note, but it could become relevant. Villager was, as far as we're aware, exiled, and we believe that there might be tension that may escalate to violent tension between Villager and other villagers and the Babylonians, to the extent that during a recent court case, they came in to start shit with the Babylonians. So,
Well, we're
so-
not even really sure it was actually Villager.
Mhm.
He had a Villager ID, but he did not take his mask off. He was, it sort of looked like maybe he was burned up a little bit.
Mhm.
So we don't exactly have PID on him. So it could be Villager, or it could be somebody who was posing as Villager.
Well, it could be that when Villager came to Babylon, they took all of his possessions, including his ID, which tracks with the whole person that we have no idea about with the previous ID, right?
But of course, aside from Villager, the two other occupants in the car, one elderly man, spectacled, balding, white hair, went by the name Antonio. Other passenger, dark hair, short crop beard, green clothing, went by the name of Frank. Didn't want to ID themselves. Were very much bullshitting and giving both Remy and I some very sus vibes.
Did the driver refuse to take his mask off?
Yes, we could have gotten him out of the car. We could have escalated the traffic stop. We just did not have a backup unit.
Understood.
So we, and our
Already
reason
food-
for pulling the car over in the first place was the owner of the vehicle. They presented a story that they'd had Reese rent them the car. We could have probably also gotten the rental papers from them.
Was the
Possibly.
if I may, the reason for the stop was villagers of Babylonian?
No, the reason for the stop
Negative.
was the car was registered to somebody that Remy and I both know to not have a valid driver's license.
Understood. I would say in future, and this is known to every member of high command in every department, that if you find someone like this, spam 311, potential suspect found, and get either the apprehension team or others involved. Unless someone is quite literally getting murdered, people need to be breaking off whatever the fuck they're doing in order to assist. And every department should,
thank you.
you'll get the backing for that. So the very good work. I think you're right in that you probably found one. But nobody in the circle be shy to start spamming 311 if you think you got someone. Whether the apprehension team's up and going or not. You know what I mean? So, okay. All right, fuck yeah.
The reason it piqued my interest is what you'd said previously about this Jack Capybara guy and, you know, him not coming back to anybody, that's a pretty strong indication that they may just have like IDs that they've sequentially taken off people and stuff like that.
And how many people have they drummed in and out of that campus over the last 6 months? They've probably got a good lineup of ID cards they've pilfered. The entrance fee.
I completely blank. Wait, what's the entrance fee?
I mean, you have to give up all your shit to join Babylon, isn't that correct?
Oh, yes.
So they would have had,
Yeah.
I mean, however many people cycled in and out of that circus, you know, they could potentially have that many IDs available to them.
I think we'll be able to hypothesize them better the more people we bring in and what IDs we find on them.
I agree. Yeah.
Find the patterns.
Is the phone the phone subpoena from what's his name, Brody? Any number he's been in contact, is that just gonna be a domino effect of subpoenas to all those numbers?
Oh yeah, baby. Jong is already at it. He wrote the subpoena. His plan is going to have a boilerplate one so that as we get the numbers, it just copy pastas in and we just fire them off. So in fact, that is something that I'm going to be working on the back end is that, listen, I love patrol shit, but I want like us to get constant like data coming in, right? Their life is our life at this point. If they're communicating digitally, we need to know. And so, you know.
Sounds good.
All right. Fuck yeah. All right. Well, hey, I ain't got nothing else. I'm down to like fucking get back at it. I'm going to be real.
Let's go run some traffic.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Yesterday, some of y'all might know, and I stopped myself from saying it in the meeting. As far as anyone is concerned, the apprehension of Artemis yesterday was that we had to apprehend her, and she did not give herself up. If anyone, obviously not everyone in the PD is going to know, people may have heard this, but I want to make this explicit. Our job, when we take our oath, regardless of whether or not you physically did, the moment you got your fucking keys, you took an oath, she gave herself up. She believes she's in danger for even doing that. No one can know how she was apprehended at all. If we let folks know this, no, not in this. I mean, if they oh yeah, we can like redact shit. It puts her life in danger, and we must minimize that by remaining like, just do not answer if anyone brings it up. Yeah, she fucking ran or some shit. I don't know the details. I didn't capture her. Whatever you need to say, right? Otherwise, doing so puts her life in danger, and that's, you know, unacceptable. So easy. All right, fuck yeah.
All right.
Anything else? Y'all ready to go?
Cool.
Let's roll out.
All right.
If you want me to make the statement a bit more oblique, I can do that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Right.
I don't think with her particularly, she is going to challenge, like, you know, what you said is exactly it. Yep. One last thing. Edgar de Castillo is on his obsession bullshit again. So keep an eye out on him. This dumb fuck
Called me with some vague threats the other day.
Oh my God. He's literally just doesn't know what to do with his life. So he's contacting marshals, other individuals in order to obtain evidence with a series of just bullshit stories, a new one with each person he calls. He tried to attack a marshal yesterday. He's probably going to keep doing it. And I've already sent 2 units to absolutely put that dog down. So, all
right.
You might need to change yours as well, Knight. If we're doing this to protect her, you're gonna want to reword yours just a little bit.
Okay, understood.
Not lie, just, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. Edgar did make some veiled threats, like if I don't get what I want, you're gonna pay, type of thing.
I told him yesterday he can suck my fucking dick. We're not taking evidence out to give it to him because he's got some horseshit story.
He told me he just wanted his reports void.
He literally, that dumb fuck literally got his reports the same day. He doesn't know how his fucking phone works.
That
It's
sounds
just,
about right.
yeah, he's just, motherfucker needs to join Kara Shira at this point. So, all right. Anyways, all right.
All right.
I'm fucking ready to go, boys. All right.
All right, let's roll out.
Reminder: we do have cameras up in the report. Get
Yes.
a video camera tool.
Tracking channel for today has changed. It will be in the report. I am gonna go inside the observatory and make some coffee.
Boards, not attaching
Right.
to the back truck.
Some coffee.